They say that the human race is doomed, that we have lost touch with our true nature, that the media has corrupted us, and that the planet has no future. I disagree. I believe that humanity is full of hope, and that our salvation lies within each one of us. My name is Brian Rose, and my job is to listen, the oldest method of learning known to man. Each week I seek out individuals that are changing the world, people who are living and thinking in a different way. Their stories will challenge your beliefs, make you question your choices, and perhaps inspire you to change. I never planned on doing any of this, but now I can't stop. Join me on this mission and make humanity something we can all be proud of. This is London Real. I am Brian Rose. My guest today is Jonathon Rainey, recent graduate of our Business Accelerator. Welcome.
Thanks for having me, mate. Appreciate it.
Tell us about you. Where are you from? What do you do?
Okay, so I'm from a place called Plymouth, which is in the southwest of England, for anyone that doesn't know. And what I do is I improve people's lives through health and fitness. Health first, then fitness after. But I also currently still have a full-time job in the Royal Marines, and I'll be doing that up until October when I get medically discharged. Then I'll be taking on my business full-time and again, improving people's lives through health and fitness.
And what was going on with you to make you take the decision to come and join us? What was going on in your business thoughts and even in your personal life?
Well, it was probably about 2 years ago that I knew that the career I was in, it wasn't for me anymore. Whether that was a conscious change in my head or someone subliminally telling me that there's something else that I should be doing. And it was in front of me, but I just had the fear and I just couldn't see it. And there came a point where I was looking at myself in the mirror and I basically said, and I think a lot of people do this, you know, why am I on this planet? What am I doing here? And I felt that what I was doing and what I'm still doing wasn't the right path. So I found about London Real in 2015. I actually watched the interview with Dorian Yates, who was a really big inspiration when I was growing up. And when I saw the interview, I just realised that there's more to life than what I actually know. And we have more in common as well. So for some of the stuff that he was saying, I could relate to him, and I just did not expect it. So I did more digging, and I'd found out about the Business Accelerator about a year ago. And I thought, because I don't know anything about business, I mean, I only bought a laptop like 10 weeks ago. And yeah, did more digging, and then I watched Dan Pena, and then I was like, this guy's got a point. And well, 9 weeks ago, pulled the trigger, and here I am.
What was the point that Dan Pena had?
You know, the procrastination and the fact that, you know, there's so many people out there that have such great ideas and they can bring so much value to humanity, and they don't because they're scared of the fear of what people will think, the fear of failure. But you know, you can look at failure in two ways. You can call it failure, or you can call it an experience. And throughout my career and my life, I've always called it an experience and not failure, and that's how I'm doing and applying it to my business as well. So I've had no failures yet, but a lot of experiences and a lot of resistance. But I'm still here.
Yeah, I think Conor McGregor says, you know, you win or you learn.
Yeah,
and
he's
so
right. It's
a great way to look at life.
Yeah.
Why London Real? Like, why trust us on this journey?
So London Real has an energy that I can't explain until the people watching this pull the trigger or invest the time to find out what London Real really is. They're not going to really know. But all I can say is the past 8 weeks, they really literally have changed my life and the way that I look at things now, and the way that, well, the confidence that I have in myself of doing stuff I just did not think that I could do, like a Facebook Live, for instance. If you'd have said that I'll be doing a Facebook Live 3 months ago, you know, I'd have looked at you like you had three heads, because I've been like, I ain't doing that. But lo and behold, I did, and you know, I came through.
All right, so you pulled the trigger, you decide to join us. What are those first 2 weeks like? I throw you in this group with 150 people around the world. They don't look like you, they don't talk like you, they're in different countries. I'm asking you to upload videos.
Yeah.
I'm asking you to jump with this accountability doc. I'm there barking at you on live calls, and of course there's all these modules and work to do. What's it like?
To try and explain it so people can understand it, to me it's like you go into a swimming pool, or you get told to jump in and you don't know how to swim. Then all of a sudden you're drowning, but then you get given an armband, you get given another armband, and all of a sudden you're floating. And that's how the course was for me, because you do literally go straight into the deep end, but you're getting taught all these things that sort of guide you, and then as you know, week by week you're learning more and more. You may not see it, but come the end of week 8, then you really look, when you look back on it, especially for me, you know, I've learnt so much, it's hard to really put into words. And the first 2 weeks, they really were something else, should we say, for myself anyway.
Biggest struggle for you on the whole course? What was the thing that was hard to get through?
Technology. I'm really not a technical person. So, for instance, the website, I had a lot of resistance with that, using MailChimp. I had a lot of late nights. But again, I had a great mentor of Chris Albert. He's my team leader.
Nice.
And not just the people in my team, but everyone that was on the course. You know, I was speaking to people from all over the world asking, how did you do this, how did you do that? And they were helping me, and I didn't even know them. And some of them I'm not even going to ever get to meet, but they're my friends now for life. So that shows the level of the people on this course. It's great.
And explain how that happens. Like, how do you explain it to, you know, your fellow Royal Marines when you say, okay, there's this group of people that I've never met?
When I signed up, also I told the lads what I was doing, and they were like, "What is London Real?" And also I showed them a few videos of what they would be interested in, Jocko Willink, because within ourselves we work with Navy SEALs, or we have in the past, so we know what they're about. And I said, "Look, you've got Jocko Willink and Navy SEAL that's on this program. Look into it, and then you'll start to learn what London Real is really about." And they did. And they come back to me like, "London Real, I like it. I'm going to look more into it." And they have. And some of them now are even starting to do some of the courses, like the Life Accelerator. And I've got a mate now that's thinking of doing the Business Accelerator because he's thinking of leaving. And I've just said to him, do it. There's nothing to it but to do it.
And so when you talk about the community to them, does it make sense? When you tell your friends and family, like, this is a bunch of people from around the world?
Well, there's a lot of similarities, mate, with the Royal Marines and people on this course. And what I mean by that is we have something called the buddy-buddy system that we use, and that's for everything. Whether we go on deployment, whether we go on exercise, or whether we're going on a night out, there's always a buddy-buddy system where one bloke has got your back, no matter where you are. Whether you go into the toilet, there's one guy waiting for you. Whether you're getting a drink, there's one guy at the bar. It's like a unity, and it's the same on this course. There's always someone there with you along the way, so you're not on it on your own. You're with someone the whole time. Whether that's with just 2 people, a group, or everyone on the course.
That's a really good analogy.
Yeah.
You were here last night for our kind of special master class.
Yep.
There's probably 70 people here in the studio. What was it like being here and seeing all those people for the first time?
It was quite surreal, but again, great energy. You could feel it straight away before we even came up here, everyone talking, having a good interaction, and you just knew it was going to be a great night, and it was. I mean, we even learnt more stuff when we were talking to yourself and Julian, which was great again. So yeah, I mean, I look forward to tonight as well. We have a few more drinks, but again, great energy. And it's hard to put into words, but it's something that you can feel.
Yeah. Big win for you, the whole course.
Like the biggest win. To be honest with you, people watching it will think it's kind of strange, but it was actually doing my first Facebook Live on my actual page, my personal page, and telling my friends and family and work colleagues what I was doing, because I had a lot of resistance. I postponed it for 2 days because I just did not want to do it. I mean, so much so that I would rather go to a war zone than do a Facebook Live, but now it's the opposite, and for that was one of the biggest challenges for me.
And what was it like? What did you talk about, and what was the response?
I just talked about the way that I think now, the way things are different for me, and my injury that I have. I do have an injury through the core, and I just knew that there was something else that I could give to the world, which I am doing. And it was really good, the support from my family and my friends and my work colleagues. They were really, really supportive. And I thought it'd be the opposite. I thought I'd get a lot of negative comments and a lot of jokes and laughs, and it just didn't happen. I had a few, a bit of banter, but it was nothing like I thought it would be. It was great. Yeah,
the banter is the small price you have to pay.
Yeah, and at the end of the day, I thought, fuck it. I mean, it's my life. They're not paying my rent. They're not paying my bills. And it's what I want to do, and I'm doing it, and it's the best decision I ever made.
Talk to me about this contrast, because you're a Royal Marine, who's been on deployment, and that's serious stuff what you do, and now you're really taking a completely different course on your life. I mean, I'm sure maybe you reflect on that, but can you tell us what that's like to go from maybe one kind of mindset to another, but maybe it's not as different as we might think?
Well, the core will always be with me. It'll always stay with me, and it's a big part of my life. But doing the change that I'm making, I'm going to apply what I've learned within the core and from the people that I've met into my business. Now, within the core, we have 4 qualities, commando qualities. There's unselfishness, there's courage, determination, and humour in the face of adversity. And I'm applying that now in my business. And again, these things work. And not only that, I'm in a community now, London Real, where people, if I do need it, they're there. So the change, yeah, I mean, it is completely different because, again, before 8 weeks ago, I didn't know anything about business, and now I've got my own business and I've sold products that I've made. I mean, for me to say that, it's surreal again, but it's a great change. It's still scary. I mean, each day, you know, I'm facing my fears each day, but again, it's becoming more of something that I'm definitely getting used to, and it's just repetition until I train my brain that much where I'm waking up and it's like brushing my teeth, everything that I'm doing within my business and helping people.
Tell me about selling products. What was that like, and how does it feel when someone buys something that was before in your brain?
To try and compare it, some of the stuff I've done throughout my career, like we do like commando tests. I've done like 30 milers, I've done like charity events, I've done like 100-mile runs and stuff.
100-mile runs, wow.
And trying to sell a product was harder than all those things, in my opinion. But when I did it, it was the same feeling, it was the same achievement. And if you really do hustle and you fight the resistance and you put the effort in and the energy in, it will work. And when I was speaking to Chris, I said, look, because the first week I didn't sell anything, I was like, mate, I'm going to change what I've made. And he's like, if you can sell one product in the next 2 days, I guarantee you'll get more sales. Lo and behold, I did another webinar, I had 25 people on it, sold a product. 2 days later, did a bit more hustling, didn't do a webinar, but I sold 3 products in one day. And now I'm up to 10 sales. So, you know, proof's in the pudding.
And what's your product?
So I teach people, because fitness or health and fitness, but I want people to be healthy before they're fit, because they're 2 completely different things. People get the misconception when they look at someone that could be really lean, like really muscular, they could run marathons, they look at them like they're healthy and in good shape and everything. But it doesn't mean they're healthy. And I have a look at of health as you need to get healthy first in the kitchen, and then you can go to the gym, then you can get fit. Because if you go to the gym and you want to like lose weight or build muscle, and you're not in the right frame of mind of health, you're really gonna hurt yourself. So my product is, I teach people about the 10 bad foods to start off with, and now I'm going to make another product teaching people about antioxidants, and then what people need to give their body, which is raw materials, nutrients, so minerals, vitamins, essential amino acids, and essential fatty acids. And once they've got that in the bag, that ticked off, then we can move on to the fitness side.
I love it. And 10 people buying your product, you got a proper class.
Yep.
You're going to learn from them, and you fought through the resistance of no sales in the first week.
Yeah, and that really did get to me. But again, I thought, stop feeling sorry for yourself, get out there and put the work in, and I did.
And you hustled too.
And I hustled, mate, and it worked.
You know, I was with Jocko on Tuesday. You know, we rented out the HMS Belfast here in London.
Yep.
I walked around with him for 3 hours, and this is a guy who left the Navy SEALs after 20 years and came back and now went on a new mission. And this is a guy that took all of the attributes of the military and now focuses on a podcast and a business echelon front and writing books and children's books. And you know, you can use so much of what you know and the discipline you have. I mean, it actually sets you up to be much more qualified than many business people. And if you can fight through that resistance and a little bit of fear here and there, when you get that directed on the right way, I think you can probably even start to feel how successful you can be.
Yeah, and it's one of those things with experience, you can't put it on a certificate, but a lot of people with the experience they have, especially on this course, you know, a lot of people would have a master's in what they're doing because they know so much about it. And I feel the same. I have a master's in health and fitness.
You do, and it's just a lot of people don't realize all the IP in their heads. They just see like, I'm normal, I'm nothing special. But no, you have special knowledge. And I think it was Jamie yesterday, she said, so when we create a product, we have what we call a current reality and a desired reality. Yeah. In your course, perhaps it's someone who's extremely unhealthy, eating the wrong things, no nutrients, no nothing. And maybe after they take your course, they're actually cooking their own meals, making intelligent decisions, and they're healthy. And she said, my current reality is someone else's desired reality. And once she realized that, she's like, wow, I have value. Yes. So for you, Jonathon, your current reality is many people's desired reality. And once you get that in your head, you realize, wow, I actually have millions of people I could help. Yeah. And yeah, that's a big thing on this. Tell me about you personally. If we walked out on the street right now and bumped into Jonathon that didn't take this course, how is that guy different?
I would still be, it's what we call in the Marines corpist, where your life is the Royal Marines and it is the military. And that would have been me, because it's all I've known for the last 10 years. And like I said, I didn't know anything about business. I mean, I had ideas in my head, but again, it was the fear, it was the thought of what people would think. So if you were to meet me 8-9 weeks ago, I would have just been, I'm a positive person. I'm into health and fitness. I always have been, but I was never one to really express and tell people and teach people what I know. And now that I'm doing this and I'm helping other people and I'm giving value, 8 or 9 weeks makes a big difference. Now I can really see it anyway.
Yeah, and now you're dressing like Dan Pena.
Exactly.
Going the right way. Last question for someone who's thinking about taking this course or starting a business, doing something that's out of their comfort zone. What advice would you give to them?
What I would say is write down what your life is like now. In a chart, in a list, it doesn't matter. And then score it out of 10, because this is what I did before I did the course. And if you really are that happy, then yeah, fine, it's maybe not for you. But I guarantee everyone watching this now, they're watching it for a reason, because they know there's something else out there that they can give. And until you really find out what that is, and this course will teach you that, by the way, then yeah, that's what the advice I would give them. So just the reality they've got now, write it down. Are they happy, and what they want, the goal that they want in life? Because I worked out before the course, I've got about 25,500 days left on this planet, and I'm going to use them wisely. Because I personally believe that I'm going to live to 100. That's my thoughts. And within those days that I've got left, each day counts. And,
you didn't want to waste time, basically.
Exactly.
Pull the trigger now.
Yeah.
Jonathon, super excited to have you as part of the
Appreciate
family. Now we're going to be watching you for the next 12 months. And just, I want to see you do some big things. You were here last night, so getting that prime offer out in the next 4 to 6 weeks would be crucial. Running another class of low-cost products will just get you more information and just get it start to tumble. And it'll be incredible. You will continue to transform. And it's just amazing when you start vibrating on this different frequency. It's like amazing. The kind of things that'll be like serendipitous. Like, oh, wow, this person contacted me and they want a JV. That's really random, but it's not. It's because you've changed. And if you keep doing this and keep doing your Facebook Lives, then things are going to happen. So super excited to have you here.
Appreciate it, mate. Thanks for having me.
Hey, look, my pleasure. As we say on London Real, it's about the journey.
It certainly is. And what a journey it's been so far. And this is just the beginning. Yeah.
Cool, man. I want to catch up later at dinner. So thanks so much, man.
You too, mate. Appreciate it. Thanks a lot.
Cool.
London Real doesn't stop when the conversation ends. You see, that's when we get started. Because everything begins with a thought, and then comes the action. The London Real Academy is our global transformation platform. Here we bring together thousands of students from over 75 countries. Whether you want to build a profitable business from your passion, or learn to speak to inspire, or broadcast yourself with your very own podcast, or accelerate your life to become a high-performance person, we have the online accountability course and personal mentoring program that will make your dream a reality. Join us, and we'll take your life to the next level, together. Our next Accelerator course is starting soon.